All right, welcome in. All right, we are doing the holiday mad rush, finishing up a whole bunch of orders. This is where the insane part comes in. Because the closer it gets to Christmas, the more desperate people get. And the more desperate they get, the more they try and expect you to do it all at once, which gets a little crazy. So it does get nuts. All right, we got to bust out some stomach. I got to haul butt right now. We got to kick butt. What's up, Hans? How are you? What's going on? What's up, Dragonfly? How are you? All right, we're back, and we're back on the attack. We are kicking butt. So if you wouldn't mind, let's keep the chat moving. Unless someone gets really, really outlandish with the trolling, let's keep it semi-moderated tonight. I want to see how the stats turn if we keep let the chat run pretty ballistic. But if it gets crazy, definitely boot them. I really came back. I did. Welcome back, everybody. Good to see everyone. I'm happy to see you. Yep, it is that crunch time. We are busting butt and getting things done. I got Dragonfly's box all packed up and ready to go, too. So she's going to be getting some goodies pretty soon. All right. And then when you get ready to do the glow in the dark, let me know because we will walk you through it. I'll walk you through some tutorials. What's up, Laura? How are you? Lara. I'm sorry. I say Laura. All right. We got to do some snowmen. I got to do 3 of these black hat snowmen. We're going to try and get record time done, though. We're going to try and go pretty quick on these. Yeah, when you get ready to do the glow, let me know, and I'll walk you through it. It'll be a good thing. All right, so we're going to be making the snowman heads, 3 of them, in black hat real quick. And actually, I got quite a few to do, but I'll try and break up the monotony a little bit. But this is full production mode. This is when I have to really haul butt and make it work. Yeah, I could definitely walk you through fuming. Fuming is a little bit of an art form, but depends on what torch you're using at the time to fume with. Every torch has a different characteristic for fuming. They're not all equal. You'll hear people say more oxygen, less oxygen, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't work until you know what kind of torch someone's using for the fuming. So the one I had sent you is a perfect fuming torch. You could even classify it as a fuming torch. So if you wanted to go through and fume all your tubes ahead of time with just that torch and use a soft glass, it would be fine. Rip to your question. Uh-oh. What was your question? Brown. I don't see it. Have you used palladium foil? No, I have not used palladium. I don't see a need for it. What happens if you suck on the glass tube? Will it burn yourself? No. It just brings the glass in. And so instead of blowing out, it pulls it in. There's a lot of times you want to pull the air out. It's not unusual. Now, if there was an open hole and you did that, you would definitely do some damage. But, hopefully when you're doing this, you learn early on that that's a bad idea. All right, so let's go. Let's make some snowman. Little punty there. We're going to speed run through these. I'll explain what I'm doing as I go, but we're going to haul back so we can get some stuff done. Want to fume silver? Yeah, silver's an easy one to fume. The nice thing is when you're learning to fume silver, you don't get the like if it falls off, you're not out a lot of money like gold. When gold goes bad, it's bad. How long do you do the? How long do you doing the glass? Oh, 31 years. If that's what you're asking. 31 years. Next month it'll be 32. Oh, thank you. Just wanted to say extremely thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thank you for the floating heart, KCH. I appreciate it. Trick Wills, what's up? All right, here we go. So we're going to add on the black hat. Black hat. So that almost sounds like black cat. Is it expensive? No, the gas isn't that expensive. This colored glass is where all your money goes. This stuff is ridiculously expensive. I mean, I would this if this glass was a lot cheaper, all the prices of everything would be a lot cheaper. But it's not. It's super expensive. Oxygen and propane. Me and Hank Hill are on first name basis. Is that the ultimate propane accessory? Make an anniversary gift. You know, my anniversary gift is living. That's my anniversary gift. I'll be happy if I wake up. How many degrees does the glass melt? The glass is melting at about between 22 and 2800. The flame is about 3800. That's Fahrenheit, not Celsius. We're making snowman heads like the one that's right in front. It's not going to be as detailed in the hat, but it is going to be a snowman head. And these are going to have the black hats, and then we're going to go through and do maybe some other colors or change it up a little. Jerry, I am melting this stuff. How difficult is that to say? Stuff. And there we go. Is this different from blowing glass? No, just different type of glass. We blew the ball out here for the snowman head. No different. All right, we're putting the little top portion of the hat on. Then we'll put the nose, nose, eyes, and mouth on. Then a little hook, and this one's done. I'm trying to speed run these things, so I'm trying to keep them under like 6-7 minutes. But I don't know if I'm going to get there right now. Does Boro have silver glasses similar to what you find at Double Helix? Yes, they have some, not a lot. There's actually a really cool color. Give me a sec. From Glass Alchemy. Trying to remember. It's called bronze something. I can't remember the full name. But it actually, you can see little copper strands and stuff running through it. It's kind of cool, actually. I have a little bit of it here. I have like maybe 5 or 6 pounds of it. That's a cool name for the. That's cool for the sign. All right, let's put on the nose. There we go. And we got to put eyeballs and a mouth on. It is a fun channel and stream. Well, part of it is while I'm working, there's nobody around. Like my studio's empty right now. Closest thing I can hope for is Bigfoot walking in. But so, with that point being said, it's nice to be able to have a little social interaction with people while live streaming. And, you know, maybe I inspire 1 or 2 people to go ahead and pick this up as a hobby or career. It'd be kind of cool if I did that. Okay. We got to take that, and we're going to add the little hook on here. And this snowman will be done. Yeah, it's running. The torch itself is running about 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Not right this second. Right now it's about 36. I don't have it fully engaged. I don't want to melt it completely down. So I'm running about 3,600 degrees right at the moment. No, that's not true. Only men can watch us. That's like not even remotely cool to say. Yeah, considering my mother's the one that taught me. All right, there we go. Is my face hot? Nope. Is yours? All right, we're going to melt that off. Burn it in. There. Now we got a little swinging snowman head. All right, I'm going to time it. How long was that? Oh, that was a little long. That was like 10 minutes. We need to speed it up. No, it's not hot at all. Not even close. It's actually pretty dang cold. Jonathan Jackson, thank you for the floating heart. Appreciate it. Think. See, if it was hot, I wouldn't be able to do that, right? Do like that. Ham slam. I've never heard that before. I had to try it. Yeah, Southwest Florida, I lived there for a while, and it is hot. So nighttime is definitely the way to go. How difficult is it to learn? Not. Just got to practice. Yeah, it's lots and lots of practice. That's all. What's up? What's up, Jace? How are you? Pasquale, what's up? How you doing? I like the last part of your name though, Kuda. You should just go by Kuda. I love that. You're in North Florida? There you go. Yeah, I lived in Southwest Florida on the Gulf side, or obviously Gulf side, um, Sanibel Island. So it was hot. It was very hot. I did not like it there for the most part. Do I like making? I love making holiday themed stuff. Why would it get boring? What's up from Germany? What's happening? Where in Germany are you? That is definitely on my list in the next year or two, going to Germany. I'm definitely going. Oh, thank you, official newbie blocks. That's a cool name. Thank you for hanging out. You're in Mexico. Welcome in. Mexico has some excellent glass blowers. Guadalajara, Mexico, has some absolute awesome glass blowers. They are special glasses. They filter out certain light spectrum. So this is the same lens that I'm using, and you can see it just kind of dilutes down that fire like that. So it filters out a lot of that bright light. We got Germany in the house. Live in the Philippines. Philippines I have not been to. I was going to try and get there when we were heading to Bali and Thailand, but I just couldn't swing it. Wasn't enough time. All right, so we're making this little snowman head. Right now we're melting it all down. There go. I don't know if you heard that. That's like a helicopter going overhead because we got flooding all over the place, and I'm sure they're surveying the rivers. All right, here we go. We got to blow this out. There. So we almost like a little pumpkin shape. What would happen if you swiped your hand through the flame? I'll give you a good guess. I'll let you guess it. Probably not hard to figure out. Arkansas. What's that? Grab a somebody we're good friends with, brother you seen, yeah. He's known. All right, here we go. And we're going to pop a hole. And that will allow me to finish this piece off. What's the startup cost? $2,500 to $3,000. You could blow smoke in the glass, but then it won't do anything. If you do it fast enough, it won't burn. Don't care. Don't move. I'm not done, but does it say the temperature, how hot it is? It's roughly 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit, 3,800 to 4,000. No, the glass doesn't drip. This particular glass does not drip. This is called borosilicate. Common brand of it is Pyrex. And it does not like to drip at all. Here, I'll give you an example. See how slow that is? And then it just stops. So it's hard to get that to do that. If you ever... I actually do a lot of silver and gold feeling, yes. It's just not right now. You should be more famous. I like being underground. What's wrong with being underground? All right, so we're going to put the hat on here. Yeah, we do tons of gold and silver fuming. Although I'm going to have to back off on the gold fuming for a little while because of the price of gold. It's super expensive to do that right now. I have to be ultra careful. All right, so we're making the little bulk for the hat. And a bit more. And we're going to burn that off. And we're going to flatten it out. Yeah, the demonstration's always the fun part. Some people don't like it. I love it. I think it's cool to be able to explain what's going on or show the process. But the main thing for me is this channel is more about how it's made, not how to make it. It's how it's made, not how to make it. 5 grab bags left. There you go. That's what we're going to put the little top hat on. Portion right here. Wrap that around. Smooth it out and flatten. There, we've got the beginning of a top hat, or kind of top hat, derby hat, I think. Always reminds me of Rocky. All right, we're going to come through and we're going to put the little carrot nose on here. In 3, 2, 1, attach and pull. Like that. So now we got a carrot nose. Now, it is orange, but when the glass is hot, it shows a whole different color. And then we're going to put the little eyeballs and the mouth on. Balance that up. Make sure that's not too sharp. We're all good. Then we got to put a quick hook on it. Use a little prefab tubing there. And I lost my punty for that. Nope, I did. It's right there. I'm going to grip it and tap it on. Like that. Smooth it out. And like that, it's all done. What's up, Susan? Susan, what's up? Then we tap it off like that. And there we go. We got a little snowman head. I got to do one more. That one took me, oh, that was a lot faster. Skills to pay the bills. That's what that is. That is production work. Skills to pay the bills. What's the craziest thing I made? I'll show you one thing that's kind of crazy. Hold on one second. Let me pause this for a second. There. Stop. So this is one of the craziest. We're going to make another one eventually. Oops, how about I put it in front of the screen? Little dagger. So the next one I'm going to do, we're going to do wings off here. So we're going to create these big wings coming off. But yeah, a little dragon dagger. I'm going to change the back end too and put little spikes on the back. But yeah, that is the dragon dagger. So that's just one of my fun stuff. From the UK, Rob in the UK, what's that? Love glasswork, love learning. Oh, awesome. Are you going to bed? Dragonfly, are you taking off? Oh, no. She's saying goodnight to someone else. All right, let's time this. I'm going to start this. I'm going to record this so I can actually do it. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. So we are making the snowman head. Yeah, the dagger is very cool. I definitely love that piece. But the next one's going to be even better. I can do a hot air balloon. Yeah, I've done a few of them. The hot air balloons that I've done glow in the dark. So the balloon actually glows in the dark. It's kind of cool, actually. Yeah, so we're going to pull this down. This is called pulling a point. I do some commissions, but right now I have no time for commissions. I am backed up on orders. Is my room well ventilated? If it wasn't, I wouldn't be breathing. All right. I had a bug stuck on my glasses. I'm not filming right now with the glasses. No lead crystal. No, none. Don't like lead crystal. I like lead crystal, but I'm not going to work with it. It's lead. Anyway, not doing that. Looking to get a black samurai sword on a stand, something you'd make? I would, but it'd be, I'm just telling you right off the bat, it would be very, very, very expensive. I wouldn't be able to do it before like Christmas though. Am I blind? Yep, I'm reading your chat just fine. Blind. I'm working by Braille, flame Braille. It's a new thing. I don't know why anybody even makes a comment like that. Costs don't bother you? Well, then we're good. Your job's putting, oh, that's actually kind of cool. Letters on monuments? That's actually, I like it. I am dipping it into a substance called frit. Frit is a ground up glass that is about the size of sea salt, chunky sea salt. Can I do a setup? No, I can't. All right, so we got to shrink this down. I'm going to blow this out into the shape for the snowman head. Then we're going to finish this one up. It's going to be fast. How long did it take? I'm different. I grew up with it, so I was pretty much born into this. So for me to say how long it took to learn, I can't really make a good comment. However, I can tell you that I've seen people get really good in 6 months, and I've seen people that have been at it for 20 years that just suck. It's just a fact. The ones that are terrible are only terrible because they don't try. Strictly, that's the only reason. Anybody can do this. You just have to practice. Be like picking up a guitar and say, in the first 5 minutes, I'm going to be Eddie Van Halen. Not going to happen. Nope, no bongs, no dongs. I don't have a problem with the industry. You're just not lacking choices. There are literally millions of those things out there. You don't need one from me. Okay, Mike Tyson. It is like playing with hot Play-Doh. Definitely. Everything behind me except the book is glass, pretty much. That's right. I was going to say Stevie Ray Vaughan, but no one would know who that was, probably, and how amazing he was. I can do a Prince Rupert's Drop, I just won't do it. It's a waste of money and time. Total waste of money and time. Once it blows up, it's done. There we go. Like snowman, you do Christmas? Yeah, I do Christmas tree, correct. 100% we do Christmas. Damn it, I forgot to put that on there. I know it is good to see blind people working, right? I couldn't possibly have like safety glasses on though, right? I don't know what. I'm going to start rating the troll comments. That one was like a 1.5. That's a 1.5 troll comment. Not very creative. Yeah, the dagger is really fun. Yeah, Stevie Ray Vaughan was amazing. People don't realize how good he was until I show them the video of when he was playing guitar backwards behind his back. Oxygen and propane are the two gases. Definitely oxygen. I am making a snowman head. What kind of glass? Borosilicate. Common brand is Pyrex. Definitely not. Those are augmented reality. They're safety glasses. God. Now you got a troll. I'm going to give you a 2.5 on that. You're getting close. Not quite there yet, but you're getting close. I'll give you a little troll bump. I love answering questions. It is definitely possible to put too much air in there. Definitely. Tanks of oxygen? Yes. Go through a hell of a lot of it. Can I explain why some glass explodes while others don't? Yes, actually. Different types of glass. So Pyrex can withstand a thermal shock of about 900 degrees Fahrenheit. So it can go from 0 to 900 and withstand that heat. Other glass cannot do that. When it gets heated up, the stress that's in there and the way it's constructed from the factory as far as the materials, it will just literally blow up. It cannot take the stress. What makes Pyrex or borosilicate is boron or borax laundry soap. So boro is boron, and boron is most commonly known as 21-methyl borax. In fact, I use a lot of borax laundry soap in my glass for certain colors. I did make the chandelier, but the chandelier was done when I had a hot shop. Hot shop being the big furnace, open, I don't want to say the actual word for it because it gets me flagged. But yeah, big furnace, big metal pipe like you see, and I'm blown away. That type. I don't do that. What's better, old Pyrex or new Pyrex? New Pyrex really isn't Pyrex. Pyrex changed its formulas, I think, in the 90s when it sold off to another company. So old Pyrex is actually Pyrex, like the cooking ware. New Pyrex isn't really Pyrex. It's just the name. Sucks, right? It's really just a name anymore. So when you go to buy a Pyrex dish today, it's not Pyrex. It's just the brand, but it's not actually Pyrex. Let's put the nose on. Sucks though, right? Nobody told you that. So a little side hustle, if you all want a side hustle, if you want to make some money, I'll teach you. Who wants to learn how to make extra money? I'll teach you how to go scavenger hunting and make extra money. And a lot of it. Anybody want to learn? I'll teach you. I'll teach you the methods. A lot of the new cookware is soda lime. So if you want a little side hustle, you can do one of two things. First one is go to your local thrift store, Value Village, whatever they call it, Goodwill, and look for old Pyrex dishes. Study up what they look like. And if you see one in there and it's cheap, buy it. Resell it on eBay. Go on eBay and look at original Pyrex dishes. And look how much they are going for. You will be surprised. And the second side hustle, I will have to show you in just a second after I get this done. Let me put this hook on here. There we go. Second one is to go look for uranium glass. You'd be surprised how much uranium glass you'll find in a thrift store. And it's kind of fun to go on the scavenger hunts looking for it. So uranium glass is the glass that's glowing on the bottom of the jellyfish over there. It lights up under a black light. So get yourself a little mini black light and just go in the store and start shining it. People look at you a little crazy, but it's okay. Just tell them you're with the Gatorade police and you're inspecting the store. All right, so we got the little snowman guy done. Seriously, if you ever get stopped in a store and you want to freak people out, just tell them you're with the Gatorade inspector. They have no idea what the heck you're saying. They freak out too. They look for a Gatorade inspector. All right, let me grab some blue. We got to do a blue one. Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah, that guy's kind of fun. What was I going to... Oh, the black lights. So this is a little cheap black light you can get off of Amazon. I should just activate my Amazon link in here. So this is a piece of uranium glass. It will look kind of greenish, but when you go into a thrift store and you see that happen, that's when you know you got a winner right there. So you just take this light and you shine it all the way down the aisles looking at glass, because sometimes it has a different color to it. And when you see that, buy it. You'll be very happy. All right, gotta do blue. Do you buy tanks of oxygen? I have an oxygen concentrator, but I'm selling it. I want to make room for a glass slave. So I use liquid oxygen, which lasts me about a week, so that's good. Yeah, people they will look at you a little weird. That's okay though. Let them. Tell them you lost your fairy. You're looking for your fairy. You know what I mean? I lost my little fairy. I'm looking for it with the black light. All right, we got to pull a lot of this off. It is very safe to melt uranium. Yeah. We're going to pull a lot of this off, though. This is going to make a lot of sizzle. If you like a little ASMR sound, here you go. We're going to make a sizzle. There, little sizzle right there. What's up, Ken? How are you? How much to get started? About 2,500 to 3,000. Yeah, 2,500 to 3,000. You have oxygen in your lungs? Good for you. Look at you studying up science. All right. We're adding the frit. So the frit allows me to kind of cover the glass, but still leave a little bit of clear. And that's why I like frit. You're not covering the whole thing up. Like that. Looks like rock candy. I don't sleep. I sleep like 3 hours a day. I've gotten tiny little burns, but nothing that's like crazy. Everything's good, Ken. I'm doing well. It is a lot of fun. If you ever get the opportunity to do this, I highly recommend you get a chance to do it. Do it. Have you ever heard the glass broke one day? Have you ever done? No, I've never had a bad like that. Can you cook a steak medium well? Yeah, I can even sear it really good. Ever tried to light a fart? No. No, why would I do that? They stopped filming Jackass a long time ago, so no point, right? Use hydrogen, gas tank, free. No, oxygen and propane. There is another material you can use called propylene. It's a chemylene and propane mix, and that burns really hot. Propylene is an amazing gas. It's just really expensive. All right, we got to push some air through here. It's not much. Doesn't take a whole lot of pressure. Oop, little flat. Almost looked like a UFO. All right, so we got this kind of like little teardrop shape. All right, we're going to stop the recording there. Pop a little hole. Used to do lathe work. Oh, that's nice. I'm going to get a lathe someday. That's why I'm going to sell my concentrator so I make room for the lathe. All right. Little hole there or it's going to not work. And we're going to attach right there. All right, we're going to burn this off and finish it. Oh, we're doing blue. So we're going to get the blue one done. Toss that over. Trying to haul butt here, get this stuff done. And there. You want a concentrator? Yeah, well, they're not all they cracked up to be, I can tell you that. Nope, you cannot put anything in here. What kind of Oxycon do I have? I have a Oxy Bullfrog 50 from Oxyfrog. That's it. It is an overbuilt one-off custom generator. It's like way overbuilt. I can run 3 of these torches off it all day long. What's up, Uncle Skin? And it's super quiet. But it's also extremely large. So, and it takes up a tremendous amount of space that I need. And I don't pay much for liquid oxygen. It's really cheap. I'm getting my liquids now for like $130. What do you do when you want to grow up? I don't. All right, we're going to flatten this out. Then we got to put the top part of the hat on. What's up, J-Dub? Nope, I don't fix any rigs. No fixing glass. I don't like that. So I don't know who built it, who assembled it, who put it together, melted it. There could be a whole lot of scary stuff going on in there. And I don't want to mess with it. I fix my own stuff, but not anybody else's. Don't want to do that. All right, we got to flatten this out. Hold on. There we go. I'll put the nose on. Can I do windshields? Nope. I could probably crack one pretty well. Hit it with my torch. Incinerate that windshield. All right, let's put the carrot nose on. No time for dawdling. What was the granular stuff? It's called Frit, F-R-I-T, and it is a ground up glass that is about the size of sea salt. So it's just ground up, like mulch. All right, we're getting halfway done here with the mouth. I'm trying to beat the timer. So I'm timing these. I'm trying to get them a lot faster, but I'm slowing down with chatting, which is okay. I don't mind chatting, but it's definitely slowing me down. Normally I'm in full production mode, but I kind of wanted to hang out with all of you so I can chit chat. Wiggle that off. It's Frit, F-R-I-T, not flit, Frit. And no, it doesn't strengthen the glass. It just allows me to color it a little bit without fully encasing the whole tube in a solid color. So I wanted speckles, little speckles of glass. That's why I use Frit. Straight? No, you're a little crooked. Hold on. It's crooked for a second there. We're filling orders for Christmas ornaments. I am like screaming through these orders. I have so many orders for these guys. It's not funny. So I have to haul butt and get them done. So there is with the blue hat. We've got another blue one. Just finished the peppermint swirls. Had like 42 of those things to do. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You should interact with the community. But some people are super shy. I get it. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind liking the live stream, that would really help. How many different color rods were used in the jellyfish? 3. Yeah, I like that's part of why I live stream so I can interact with people. Otherwise, how boring, right? Wouldn't it be boring? All right, so we're going to do this is the most basic function right here of learning glass, right here. If you mess this up, the whole piece is messed up. This is called pulling a point. And I'm surprised how many people don't actually try and learn this or know how to learn it. And it's just a matter of pulling it so you're making the next blow tube. I mean, it's bendable for a long time. So you have plenty of time to make this thing correctly. So that is creating the next blow tube for the next piece. And it's just rinse and recycle, rinse and recycle, rinse and recycle. Oh, thanks for the sub. I appreciate that. I don't mind a little trolling. Just be prepared that if you try and troll, I'm going to rate your troll. like 1 out of 10. I will definitely rate it. This is a lot of fun, and you definitely want to wear the glasses like I have, and it filters out all that really super annoying light from the flame. See how much of a difference there is versus that. Total magic, right? It's like magic. Those glasses are part of a magic trick. I can't say which, I can't say how, I can't say with who. But it's a very famous magician that wears glasses. And those special lenses allow him to see things that you can't. Uh, I'm not quite getting that one. I can't even rate that troll. No, it's okay. Let him troll. I'm okay with it. I'm just going to rate him. That's all. I'll just rate it. Kind of like a diving score. All right, we got to shrink this down and blow it out. These are not the Aura lenses. These are the Philips. I actually like the Philips a lot better. They're a lot lighter. All right, so we're going to have to blow this thing out into a shape. Kind of going to be like a pear shape. You could do this with back and shoulder pain. Did I have back and shoulder pain when I started it? No. I don't have any back and shoulder pain. All right, so we got that little bit of a shape right there. Well, you'd have to spell Chihuly correctly. And so I'm going to rate that as a 1 because you didn't spell Chihuly right. And if you know anything about glass, then you know Chihuly copied Venice. That's where that design came from. Venice, Italy. It's not a Chihuly design. But you get a 1 for spelling Chihuly wrong. Is there a risk of glass blowing up? No, not really. Not at all. Lenses for the Canadian military, really? Like night vision lenses and stuff? No, my hands don't cramp. You just get used to it. It's like I have a lot of respect for food servers that stand all day and bring you your food. I couldn't imagine doing that job, being on your feet all day. And they just get used to it. Same thing with this. I'm not going to pretend you spelled it right because you didn't. No, I have no eye strain. The lenses that I'm using are called Ditidium. And then I have a shade number 3 welding lens attached to it, kind of laminated on it. How much fuel in a session? I'll let you guess how much propane I go through. And then I'll give you the answer. Take a guess how much propane I go through in a 6 to 8 hour day. How many gallons? And then I will give you the correct answer. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I have a little bit of knowledge. been at this for a while. Telescope and weapon stuff. Oh, that's actually really cool. Thank you. Thank Matt. I appreciate it. All right, so we're making the snowman hat right now. Math nerd. I am not a math nerd. I can tell you that. I am definitely not that. I'm a fully functioning dyslexic. 3 gallons, 7 gallons. That's close. That's actually not too far off. How much for the snowman? I think they're 35, but I don't know how many are left. So the correct answer is I burn through about 1.5 gallons a day. Yeah, about 1.5. That is the correct answer. But the oxygen consumption is ridiculous. It's about a 10-to-1 ratio on that. You can definitely burn through a lot of oxygen. What's the hardest piece I made? A diamond. All right, we got to put a hat on. No, seriously, I don't have like one particular hardest piece I've ever done. The lamp was done behind me, but that was done in a hot shop environment. I used to own a hot shop too, and so that's the big furnace, and that was done on that. That couldn't be done on this very easily. It could be done, but not easy. Timon was a joke. It definitely was a joke. Yeah, no, I don't have like any one particular piece where I look at and go, that was really hard. Because a lot of times the bigger pieces are fun. So they're not difficult if you're having fun, right? Let's put the nose on this guy and pull. Make sure it's not sharp. All right, so we got the number there. So did I copy? No, I told you Venice, and you still spelled Chihuly wrong. Oh my God. Are you special? I'm going to call you Special K. What is your name? Brand. Special K. You have a K in your name. You're Special K from now on. All right, let's put the mouth on here. Oop, that's a little crooked there. And you got to put a hook on it. That's not rude. It's rude what he's doing, trying to troll, and it's just terrible. If you're going to troll, you're going to get trolled back. Sorry. Not sorry. If you're going to troll, you're going to get trolled back. Just let you know. Oxygen system. Right now I'm using liquid. I do have a bullfrog, oxyfrog, bullfrog. I don't even know if oxyfrog makes the bullfrog anymore, but it's a pretty robust oxygen concentrator. But I did negotiate with the oxygen company, and the liquid tanks are so cheap, I don't even want to do it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I try to keep the channel peaceful. Some people get to push buttons. All right, here we go. I'm sure he's sitting there banging his keyboard right now, really angry. Probably banging his keyboard so hard he knocked over his 7-Eleven soda and his Cheetos. All right, there we go. We got the little snowman head up there. I can do one more snowman. I only got one more hook, and then we'll do something else. We'll change it up. Banging his head. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that, but oh my god, that was funny. That was funny. That I'm gonna rate that one a 10 because that made me laugh. That was funny. You should make a glass piece of you. Oh, I have one. You guys want to see my portrait? I did a self portrait. I have it somewhere back here. Type 1 in the chat if you want to see my self portrait that I did. I was younger. I did it from a picture when I was younger, but yeah. Just put 1 in the chat if you want to see the self portrait. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, that was the kiln door, and I got a squeaky foot pedal right now. I got to put some graphite on it. All right, we got a couple ones. You guys want to see the self portrait? It's pretty awesome. I promise you'll not have seen anything like it ever again. All right, Special K, you have a good night. All right, so here comes the self portrait. I was very young when I did it when I was young. Okay, so I took this self portrait of when I was young, and I was skinny, and I was really fast back in the day. See, doesn't that look like me? Got the same color hair. There you go. Same hair, same everything. Told you. It's awesome, right? All right, here we go. Got to make the red one. Red hat. So anyway, yeah, that is my self-portrait. I'm going to make one with spikes on the hair, though. Be a little more realistic. Yeah, I have a weird sense of humor. I'm sorry, but I'm not. I was really young. Yeah. I had a keen sense of direction too. What got me into glassblowing? Oh, that's actually a good question. So my mother started when I was 2, so I kind of grew up with this, and just basically that's what I've known my whole life. Watching my mom do the glass. She was an amazing glass artist. She's still an amazing artist, but she can't do glass anymore, unfortunately. But yeah, she was amazing. Am I Guy Ferrari? Nope, Guy Porsche. I'm German and Spanish. So I'd be Guy Porsche. All right, so there's the little Frit running around. Oh, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Any idea what got her started? Yeah, actually. So they took me to Disneyland when I was really young. I was still a bobblehead, probably a little older than my self portrait, but yeah, they took me to Disney. I don't know why, because I didn't know any, not like anything would have mattered. But she saw the glass blower at Disneyland and decided that's what she wanted to do for a career. And so she walked up to the guy that was doing the glass work at Disney and said, "How do I get started?" Just like a lot of you ask me, "How do I get started?" And he looked at her. Now, this is 1972. He looked at her and said, "You're a woman. You can't." And that was like the worst thing you could say to my mom, because she's like, "Oh, really?" Hold my margarita. And she basically learned on her own and developed techniques that are amazing. Basically showed them up. She got absolutely awesome. Uh, let's see. One question, please. Does the heat actually heat, cool, or burn? The heat is actually hot. I mean, it's hot. All right, we got to kind of mellow this down a little bit. It's a little out of shape, but I think we'll be okay. I gotta punch it out a little bit. 1 second. It's a little out of shape. Hold on. A little wobbly here. There we go. Had to move it just a little bit. Yeah, glass sucks. 1972 when she was told us. Yeah, that was pretty much the thing. See, learning glass before YouTube sucked, because the gatekeepers, and y'all know who gatekeepers are. The gatekeepers, if you said you were a glassblower, they'd shut all their equipment down, wait for you to leave. So you had to learn everything on your own with no help. Nobody really helped each other. Then came the internet, and everything started getting exposed about how things are done. And that just basically broke the cycle of the gatekeepers. Once everything hit with the internet, especially YouTube, people doing tutorials and stuff, it broke that gatekeeping mentality. I don't like the gatekeeping. I think it's stupid. Uh, I mean, what good is to retain some knowledge and then die with it? What good did that do? So I'm not a big fan of that. Norwegian Swedish, you're not a mutt. You're just unique. That's okay. Beekeeping was like that. So, beekeeping, really? I learned something new. Thanks for sharing that. I wouldn't imagine beekeeping would be. It's a blacksmithing thing. Are you serious? Blacksmithing too? I did see the show on Netflix. I have mixed reviews on it. All right, so this is going to go totally clear. This red, it just transforms into clear. It'll come back to red later. So when you see the snowman head, it's not going to look normal. Okay, it's not going to look like awesome. It's got to get its red back. What do I like better, hobnail or honeycomb? Neither. Both of them are overplayed. You know, both of them are way overplayed. There needs to be a different technique invented. One of my favorite techniques I am not good at is the guys that do dot implosions and the designs, or the sock method. They're amazing guys and gals. I shouldn't say just guys. Yeah, I'm not a. They're over honeycomb, and that's all overplayed. It's like wigwag. Yeah, there just needs to be something new created. All right, so we got that there. So yeah, I wish I could do the dot implosions. I don't have the patience for that. I fully respect those artists. Or like the guy that does the marbles that my torch is named after, Kabuki, John Kabuki. His marbles are amazing. Uh-oh. I hope I didn't just seal that. Definitely want to add honeycomb. Yeah. I thought you were going to bed. You do stained glass? That's awesome. Stained glass is really hard. I have a lot of respect for people doing stained glass. That's hard. Hard to do it correctly, I should say. This piece may explode. Just letting you know. There's a strong possibility it might explode. I think I sealed it all the way up, but I'm not 1,000% sure. If I sealed it off, it'll probably explode. All right. If you have any dad jokes, feel free to type them in the chat. I'll start with a dad joke. Actually, it's not really a dad joke. It's the world's shortest joke. This is the world's shortest joke. Ready? Two Irish guys walk out of a bar. So anybody else got a joke? No, I don't. I've never worked. I told you it was going to break. I warned you. All right, let's see if I can fix it. I knew it. Let's see if I can save it. If not, it's going in the water bucket. It's a 50-50 chance. That's what you call sometimes a fail. Okay, here we go. Gonna add the nose. I'm hoping it didn't seal up. I think there's a sliver in there of air, but I don't know. If this thing falls in my lap, you'll see me move very fast. And we're good, actually. We might get through it. Watch, it'll blow up right at the end. I know it'll probably do that. I'll get this final hook on there and it's just gonna pop and explode. Wiggle that off. We're good. And then pop. Now it's not going to come off. Watch. Oh, finally did. Did you live? I think so. Maybe. Still has a chance of exploding. The wind finally stopped? Oh, that's good. Okay. Let's do something. Let's change it up a little. What do I have on my agenda here? Oh, I got to do an icicle, a glow-in-the-dark icicle. So we're going to move the frit off. We're going to bring out the glow-in-the-dark glass. This is in a powder form. And what size is that? Okay. So this is going to be a very basic piece, but it's really cool. Oh, there we go. Any shorties? Nope. It's a very simple item. No, it's glow in the dark glass, like actual glow in the dark, not just black light. This is a ballpoint pen that I made out of glow in the dark. I'll shine the black light on it. You'll see it kind of light up blue, turquoisey blue. So that will actually glow in the dark after the lights are out. Right now it's too bright in here, or I would definitely have it light up. All right, let's do this icicle. A red squeak, you okay? Are you getting evacuated? I hope not. Red squeak's in the... Yeah, we're... I've got flood warnings, but we're up pretty high. Not too worried. It's just getting around that's the hard part. What's up, Xavier? I like that name. Xavier. That's a cool ass name. Beef fried rice. What's up? Melissa, how are you tonight? If I haven't said hi, it's so hard to see the chatter every once in a while. So if you wouldn't mind, it'd be really helpful if you could subscribe. I would appreciate it. We're trying to grow the channel. And hit a little like. Doesn't cost anything. Very cheap fun. We're going to make an icicle right now. So this one will actually glow in the dark. Full-blown glow in the dark icicle. So this material in here is glass that's ground up into like a talcum powder texture. It allows me to spread all the glow in there really efficiently. In fact, we're going to take, this is my favorite tool right there. I love spoons for this. All right, so we're going to add the glow in the dark on the inside. What it does is it allows me to spread it out evenly so it looks good and not all chunky bunky. It sometimes takes 2 or 3 passes to get it right, but see, it spreads it out. We got a few high spots and low spots of color. We're going to do a couple of them. Couple passes. We're going to make a glow-in-the-dark icicle. I have an order for it. The process is actually fun. If you got like 5 minutes to watch, it's actually pretty fun. We're going to get some stuff going. It's going to be different than you think. So we make an icicle off of tubing. I'll bring it over here. It's going to be camera centric right now. So look good. So you get it all nice and floppy. Let it sit. Start from the back end and push down and out. And we basically just pushed all the air out of that tube, flattening it, basically encasing all that glow in the dark. Thank you, beef fried rice. I hope it's. So now we got to cut the top off. Oh, that's awesome. I hope you have fun at the glassblowing class. All right, we got to cut the top off here. So this is a little ASMR. Well, it's not really going to make too much sound. Like that. Got to cut it off. I call that the bobbit. If you know what that is, we could be friends. But it leaves little cool chunks. All right, we got to take the red, and we're going to take that red and make it into an icicle. I thought I had the other red here. Well, that sucks. That's okay. I'll use a different red. Thought I had a little bit up here. I'm looking for one particular shade of it, but any shade will work. But this one will definitely be better of them. There it is. All right, we got this one. So we're going to go around the edges. This is by far the trippiest color in the arsenal of colors. Because when you apply it, it goes completely transparent. Now watch the top one. You're going to see it start to morph in about 3 seconds into red. I almost said green. See it starting to turn red? And the color comes back. But when you first apply it, it goes completely transparent. If you don't know that, it sucks. I'm going to put a little stripe of it down the middle. This will definitely be a visual you won't forget. So watch the middle stripe right there. Very transparent. I'll put it right about eyeball level. And you're just going to see it morph back into red. Like that. Trip, right? All right, we got to put one more stripe down. Like that. All right, so we basically just go around the outside, the middle. Then we're going to turn it to an icicle. How hot is the flame? About 3,800 Fahrenheit. Somewhere around there. All right, so we got to bring this down into a point a little bit. So I'm trying to melt it so it droops just a little bit. Like that. All right, now we'll heat it up and give it the spiral. Ever burned myself? I've had tiny little burns, nothing bad. They are not earplugs, they are earbuds. And these are the Fat Freaks. I'm not listening to anything, I'm just kind of drowning out the noise. All right, so we're going to start that twisting process. So a lot of people do this differently. I like to give it a little twist and then a pull, and twist and pull and twist and pull. Some people like to try and pull it all at once, which works for them. But I find I got a better consistency if I just take my time, do it one rung at a time. Like that. I think it works better this way for me personally, but other people do it different ways. There's more than one way to do it. This method just works well for me. I do have a kiddo, Flaming Jesus. Here we go. Hopefully we have nice little hooks started. There we go. So that'll be all glow in the dark when the lights are out. Yep, Flaming Jesus. He looks like Jesus. He really does. And when he was going through a little bit of an apprenticeship phase, learning a lot, he would stand behind me to watch. And the live stream on TikTok would be like, "Why is Jesus watching over you?" And so he got the nickname from all my TikTok followers, Flaming Jesus. And it stuck. When I make the iris, how much glass goes into that? A lot. Poundage wise, I'd say probably 4 pounds I waste on that. Not waste, but go through. Yeah, I'd probably go through 4 pounds. That was just no. I never used the original map gas. I did. I've always used propane and oxygen. What's the largest number of watchers I've had in one live stream? 8,000 on TikTok. I always put sunscreen on every day. Every day, sunscreen goes on. See the time? Yeah. Am I making a ball out of that? No. But I can tell you it is midnight and I have to go pack orders for everything that I have like 38 orders to get out. So I would really appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button. I really would appreciate it. And the like button would be helpful too. If you want to come back and enjoy the stream, we can definitely do that. We'll be making other stuff throughout the whole year, all the time. And I love answering questions. So if you want to ask some questions in chat, like how to get started in glassblowing or any number of stuff like that, I'm happy to answer. So with that, I'm going to say good night to all you. Thank you for making my night so much better. Honestly, you guys make my night a heck of a lot better. Jonathan, thank you so much. So yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you for making everything better. Y'all have a good night, okay?